Live on Stream It Sports NoCo, it's Northern Colorado High School football. This broadcast is brought to you by Jim's Wings, Northern Colorado's favorite wing since 1991. By Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins, everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank, banking for good. And now for the play-by-play, here's David Haase and Randy McCoy.
Good evening and welcome to French Field here in lovely Fort Collins, Colorado. Tonight, 5A football action. Poudre Impala is hosting the Ralston Valley Mustangs from Arvada from Jefferson County in the Denver area. Hello, I'm Randy McCoy along with Max Fink. My partner David Haase is on assignment. Some big game up in Lincoln, not sure about that. But anyway, we've got a good one tonight. Ralston Valley coming in 2-0 and been fairly dominant at this point, scored over 90 points. Poudre coming in 1-1, and as we get ready to see our captains go out, Poudre coming in at 1-1 and had a tough time their first game, came back and beat Legend in the second game here in Fort Collins. Want to also welcome you, tell you about our partnership with ASBN TV. That's who you'll be watching this game tonight on Stream It Sports, the production company, our network, ASBN.TV. So thank you so much for joining us. We will be back with the kickoff after these messages.
Pay your friends back before they pay you back. Zelle on the First Bank app. First Bank, banking for good.
At Toyota, safety isn't an option, it's standard. So features like lane departure alert and pre-collision system are always included on every single Toyota RAV4. To get similar features on a road, Nissan charges over $6,000. They shouldn't. We don't. Just announced, get $3,000 cash back on a new 2018 Toyota RAV4. For other great deals, visit your Toyota dealer today. Or find your Toyota at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
There comes a time in every athlete's life when their participation in sports is coming to an end, and so officiating is a way to stay involved.
The day I started officiating is just as fun as now.
When I'm officiating, making decisions, a decision that's instantaneous, for me there's no greater feeling.
I became an official because I wanted to give back.
Get off the couch and get into the game.
Become an official.
And we just got done the Poudre pep band just got done with the national anthem. We see our captains going out right now. We will try to get those numbers for you. 29 for Poudre. That's Brady Kinsley. 62. It's Landon Correll. And now they number 7. Josiah Stribling. And number 8, Sergio Taranjo is the quarterback. And we'll see if we can't get the numbers here for the Mustangs from Ralston Valley. If you notice, both teams kind of have a blue tint, sharing some of the same team colors. And so we'll get those to you just as soon as they turn around and we can see that. Let me get the officials to you right now. Carl Rademacher is our referee. Umpire Paul Holland. Linesman Ryan Rourke. Line judge Sean Grogan. Field judge or back judge is Mason Smith. So that's our officials for tonight. Again, this is Randy McCoy here on Stream It Sports. NASBN.TV was here last night. Watched Arvada West beat Fossil Ridge. Arvada West also had their way with these Poudre Impalas early in the year, the first game of the season.
Ralston Valley has won the toss.
Jake Rush is one of the captains. Thomas Harries. And we'll get those other 64. Cole Jesh. And I'm sorry I missed the other one. So anyway, that's our captains, -1. Here come the Poudre Impalas. Poudre again coming off a good year last year. Lost a lot of seniors though. And so coming in this year, but 1-1, that's good when you can come in your first couple of games in the non-conference schedule, go 1-1. So we'll see what they can do with these Ralston Valley Mustangs tonight. There's my Twitter handle if you want to send me a tweet tonight or something. Be kind. Doing the solo shot. We're going to have Kevin Lytle up here at halftime to kind of give us a little rundown on things going on. Got a lot of good teams here in the fall and in the Poudre School District. So here we go, getting ready. It looks like Burkett is deep, kicking for Ralston Valley. Number 22, and he turns around here. I'll see that. 23, looks like. Zach Levy. And we're off here. High kick, returnable for sure. And here comes Burkett back to about the 20-yard line, and he's taken down by a host of Mustangs.
Levy's kick goes 55 yards.
55-yard kick.
Return by
Tristan Burkett on the return. 5'10", 182-pound junior.
Caleb Fischler makes the snap.
Fischler on the tackle. 1st and 10, Poudre from the 20-yard line. Quarterback Sergio Taranjo. Josiah Stribling is a wide receiver. Tate Satterfield is the running back. Coach told me they like to find all kinds of ways to get it to Mr. Satterfield, and right there he got it, but lost 3.
Ryan Bruning and Andrew Miles.
Bruning and Miles on the hit. Take down a 2-yard loss. 2nd down. First quarter here from Fort Collins, Colorado. Randy McCoy here with you. Maxwell Fink is my trusty sidekick, cameraman, and bringing us all the views from French Field here. A little breezy. Perfect night for football once again. Back to pass and gets away and not able to handle it there. Stribling. Tarango got away from one would-be tackler, threw the ball, and was not able to bring it in. Would have been a short game, but any gain's better than none when you're back on your 18-yard line. 3rd down, 12. Already a passing down. 11:06 left here. Just starting off here from French Field. And sacked for another 4-yard loss. Taranjo goes down. A host of Mustangs was there. Siders on the stop.
4-yard loss on the play, 4th and 16.
That's a loss of 4. 4th and 17 now. And that is not the right way to go. And not a very good kick, but gets a heck of a roll. And number 6 on the return gets about 5. That's Harries. That's Thomas Harries. It's a 35-yard punt, but did not look that great. Had a great roll, so be 1st and 10. Ralston Valley already in the Impala's territory here from the 41-yard line. And we'll see who the starting quarterback is. They've got 2 really good quarterbacks. Number 16, A.J. Jurgensen, starting. And offsides to start the ball game. And see what, yep, and that is an offsides. See who we've got at running back here. Got a couple of guys. Chase Wilson already run for 169. Brad Roberts already run for 206. So they have a devastating running attack, which is not good news because that means they eat up the clock as well. And quick slant over the middle. Nice pass play.
Pass is complete to Luke Carlston.
That's Luke Carlston on the catch. 1st down. Down to the 22-yard line, 1st down. McVicker on the stop. Got a, I would say, a crowd that's kind of sitting, waiting to see how this game is going to unfold. On paper, it could get a little ugly. That's number 2 there, Chase Wilson. But you don't play the games on paper. Nice crowd on the other side from Ralston Valley. Made the drive from Arvada.
Landon Carroll makes the stop. 4-yard gain on the play, 2nd and 6.
Landon Carroll on the stop, 2nd and 6. Quarterback up under center and up the middle and carries everybody. He was hit about 2 yards but gained about 6. So shows me right there. Pastore on the carry. So fresh running backs, boy, that's what you like to see if you're a Ralston Valley Mustang. Fresh running backs. Pastore coming in. Now they've got Wilson back in. And, almost a one-handed catch. Nice throw. That was thrown to Matt McNall. Tried to make a one-hand catch. Nice pass. Threw it where only he could get the ball, where his receiver could get the ball. So 2nd down now, 10 yards to go from the Poudre 11. Lights are on already here at the French Field. So days are getting shorter. And another hard count, or else somebody just not focused. But number 11's a running back now, so Ben Takata, a junior, so that's the 3rd different running back we've seen so far, and that's going to get real old real quick. And another flag. We'll see what this is. This might be illegal procedure this time. Another offside. So Poudre defense maybe trying to get the memo that there's a game right now. 8:39 left. just a matter of watching the ball and not moving. But sometimes that's hard to do when somebody's doing a hard count. And up the middle, and they're just going to push in. Held him at the 1 yard line.
Handoff goes to Chase Wilson.
Chase Wilson up the middle on that one.
Tackle made by
And do not have any weights on,
2-yard gain on the play.
but they've got some size up the middle. And again, they would have size. They're averaging almost 300 yards a game rushing. Averaging about 45 points a game. Poudre coming in averaging 17 a game. And easy play in for number 11. That's Takata. And touchdown. Takata. Sorry, to the Takata family. At 6-0. 7:55 left the first quarter here from French Field. And here is the age-old thing. You cannot get behind a running team, because you get behind a running team, they just run up and down the field and take the ball away from you, and the clock just keeps running. So you get behind a passing team, you know, they'll throw some incomplete passes to stop the clock. Running teams don't stop the clock. So Poudre needs to kind of bow their neck right now and figure that out pretty quick. Extra point is good. Our score 7-0 here in the first quarter. You're watching Stream It Sports. Randy McCoy here. This fine channel tonight, Friday night, here from Fort Collins, Colorado. Probably going to get down in the 60s. Might already be there now. I'm not sure. Got a little warmer today than it did yesterday. Check my weather app here. Of course, we all have to know. 72 it says right now. By the end of the game, it'll be down the mid-60s. So perfect night. Sit and watch high school football. Again, so far, the Poudre fans sitting, waiting for something to happen. They've ball kicked out of bounds into the end zone. My mistake. So 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line now for Poudre. Let's see if they can do something a little more straightforward. Last time they lost 7 yards on their first drive. First down and 10. And up the middle to Satterfield.
Tate Satterfield on the carry.
That's Tate Satterfield. Tate Satterfield coming in. 234 yards rushing already. Which probably puts him up in the upper leaders in the state in 5A, as you will get a picture here of after this play of the defense down here watching a little watching their defensive effort on the big screen down on the sideline. And so they're incomplete. Nice hit. Caleb Tischler. So the difference in that is that the receiver saw him coming, so you can hit that way if the receiver sees you coming. If the receiver had his head turned in any way in that hit, that would have been a personal foul. So that was some of the rule changes, but the biggest issue is if you cannot blindside anybody like that. So that was a face-on-face and probably got a procedure. Nice pass. Gain of about 13. It's dribbling, but that's probably going to come back with either a motion or a hold. Or See what we got here. Illegal procedure. So I can tell you in tonight's game, the Impalas do not want to shoot themselves in the foot on 11-yard gains because there may not be that many of them around. You want to make sure you capitalize on every opportunity. Third game of the year, so you should be getting most of those things fixed. With each game, you start improving. You start realizing who you are as a team. And so got a first-year quarterback. He played some last year, but he got hurt early in the year, and so didn't get the reps that he probably would have gotten had he been healthy. And he's not going to stay healthy like that. Second sack. Tarango goes down.
Sacked by Ryan Bruning.
Ryan Bruning with the sack. And just like that, it's 4th and 20. So 2 drives, minus 17 yards total offense. And decent punt there. Going to let it drop and come out to about the 45-yard line, and that's exactly going to sit right on the 45. So not the way that the Impalas wanted to start this game. Again, they're downstairs. Everybody's watching. Everybody's watching what they ought to do. So here comes the Mustang offense now. That's Wilson up the middle. Nice tackle, but not until he's gained 15 yards.
Brandon Coral on the tackle. 13-yard gain on the play.
13-yard gain. 32-yard line now, 1st and 10. Ralston Valley so far having their way offensively. Pistol formation. Not the greatest of, and ball dropped. Got a new quarterback, number 18. Looks like they go back and forth. Walker Brickle, he's actually got more yards passing, so looks like Coach Matt Lloyd is still trying to decide who's going to be his quarterback or if he's going to go with 2. Or so Brickle the quarterback now, as we see Jurgensen walking off the field. Wilson in motion.
Flag down on the field.
I'm going to see what, if it's another offsides. Illegal procedure that time, so finally had one coming back. And that gets a slight applause from the Poudre faithful over here on this side of the field. Couple hundred folks here from Arvada on the opposite side. Jurgensen back inside, and the ball was it's an incomplete pass, so that was the inside shovel pass, but it was a incomplete pass, not a fumble.
Intended for Chase Wilson.
That was supposed to go to Chase Wilson. And 3rd and 15. We saw last night 2 times that play not able to be executed, and so this is the 3rd time in less than 24 hours that we've seen that play not able to be executed. So 3rd down, 15 from the 37. Flag in the air, ball overthrown. Nice throw, but there is a flag on the play. And it's going to be illegal procedure again. It's going to be declined. Mustangs. 4th and 15. So right now, the best thing that Poudre's had going for him has been the Mustangs' penalties. Again, you hear the Poudre band there trying to get pumped up. Burkett in the back, and also Stribling, so we got double returners and quite a odd punt formation, and just to punt it out of bounds or in the through the end zone. So anyway, touchback, ball in the 20. Randy McCoy here with you. I want to thank you so much if you're watching from Arvada. If you're watching from Ralston Valley, we are appreciative. You've sent the link out to your coach, so hopefully got that out to you, and so that you could see this. But tell your friends, if family, anywhere across the world. That's the great thing about watching things online. It doesn't have to be where your TV is, so watch us on your phone or anywhere else. First down, Poudre. And fake the dribbling. And about Tarango. Sergio goes for 10. It's the run pass option. Tarango is thrown for 204. He's also rushed for, I think, about 80 yards as well. So you're going to see the ball in his hand and Satterfield for the most part. That's so far in the first two games. And here comes Satterfield, and he just bull rushed his way up the middle. Very similar to the young man they've had the last couple of years, whose name is escaping me right now. But if somebody's listening and remembers his name, go ahead and tweet it to me. And escapes. Certain sack, and Tarango goes down for about 20 yards. What a play. Elusive, if anything. Ducked his head, got underneath. Was able to get underneath the tackler. Rambled for about 20 yards. 5'11", 156 pounds. Tarango back looking to throw, rolling out. It's got a man open, but not really. Nice defense by number 6, Thomas Harries. Couldn't play it much better than that, actually. Closed the gap really, really quick and was able to keep him from catching the ball. Second down now, 10 from the 46. And that's a keeper. That's Tarango again with the run pass option. Those of you who were looking forward to Kevin Lytle, who was supposed to join me tonight on this broadcast, we had some equipment malfunction and was not able to get him on. I will have him on here at halftime, though. He'll be taking the halftime slot. And here's Satterfield up the middle. Boom. First down. Offense starting to come alive here now for the Poudre Impalas. Again, Satterfield coming in, 235 yards rushing. .301 left here in the first quarter. See sirens going on in the background. You might hear that. Mustangs ahead 7-0. This is the best thing that Poudre can do is hang on to the ball. Satterfield, no gain.
Kate Satterfield gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Tischler on the
Made
tackle.
by Caleb Tischler. No gain on the play. Second and 10 Poudre.
Second and 10 Poudre from the 35-yard line. Giving the Poudre defense a much-needed rest. And fake again, rolling to the left. Got a man open, hits him at the 15, going down to the 13. That was Satterfield. Or Shribling, I believe, on the catch. First down. Poudre moving the ball, taking time off the clock. In the red zone here, you need to come away with a score. And another fake. Tarango very fast, and so he has a lot of confidence faking that handoff to Satterfield and then rolling out right or left, can throw off of going both ways, so he's really fun to watch. First time I've seen him this year. As you see, everybody looks over to the coach who calls the plays. High school students these days might not even know what a huddle is. Close to being offsides. Satterfield trying to get to the edge and cannot do it, a loss of about 6. You could see him get out to the edge there, and then he's like going, oh, no, now what do I do? And what he did is he went down. So on one hand, he was smart by not trying to turn around and go back and lose more yards. So 3rd and 16 now. And offsides. Not sure what the I saw the left end put his hands up like it was somebody else's fault, and it's like, I don't think so, or the linebacker, which is what we would all do. Me? No, I couldn't possibly go offsides. Brings up 3rd and 11 now, if I do the math right. And slant. That was right on in line with us up here in the booth, and he threw it behind the receiver about 4 yards. If he'd have had that ball in front of the receiver, he had a touchdown most likely. So, but he also had about 3 defenders staring him down. He ended up picking himself off his backside. 4th and 9 now. Going to attempt a field goal.
To attempt a 30-yard field goal for Poudre. Sergio Tarango to hold.
And it is good.
Field goal is good.
Nice kick, trying to get the kicker's number there, 20. Well, we will get that for the, so 3 points there, and they come away with much needed 3 points to kind of stop this train called the Ralston Valley Mustangs. 33 seconds left here in the first quarter. 7-3 our score now.
Brady Kinsley is kicking off for the Impalas.
Kitsley's going to kick off for the Impalas now.
J.J. Galbraith and Ben Takada are deep.
Takada and Galbraith deep to receive for the Mustangs. And it was not sure if that was planned that way or just a bad kick, but either way, Ralston Valley now is going to have their third straight possession close to midfield, this time from the 43-yard line, their own 43, so at least it's on their own side, but still very short field for the Mustangs. Jurgensen coming out now as the quarterback this time around.
Quarterback in for the Mustangs, Nick Pastore.
And Wilson on the handoff. He's going to rush for about 13 again.
12-yard gain on the play, 1st and 10 Mustangs.
Pastore was the running back. First down. And that might be the end of the first quarter. They may not get in a hurry, not sure. And now they look like they are. So 5 seconds left in the quarter. Under center. And up the middle again is Pastore. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. Our score after one quarter, 7-3. You're watching Stream Sports.
At Toyota, safety isn't an option, it's standard. So features like lane departure alert and pre-collision system are always included on every single Toyota RAV4. To get similar features on a road, Nissan charges over $6,000. They shouldn't. We don't. Just announced, get $3,000 cash back on a new 2018 Toyota RAV4. For other great deals, visit your Toyota dealer today. Or find your Toyota at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
So we're back here. Run to the left, and it was second down. I believe they got the first down. Pastore on the run, I believe. 3rd and 1. And they're going to pass on 3rd and 1, go deep, but they get it out to Pastore in the flat, and he gets it easily.
Walker Brickle's pass is complete to Nick Pastore. 8-yard gain on the play, 1st and 10 Mustangs.
1st and 10 Mustangs, so Ralston Valley literally has a rotating everything, including the quarterback, so if I don't have the right quarterback in there at certain times, please forgive me. Right now, Jurgensen is in there. He's going to go back. He sees the slant. He's going to overthrow that, but almost a great catch. That looked like it was going to be well overthrown, but the receiver made it look a lot closer than it probably was going to be. Number 8, Galbraith, J.J. Galbraith, almost with a spectacular catch. 2nd down and 10 now from the 29-yard line. And flag down. and illegal procedure. So the Mustangs have had an issue with that. Impalas have had an issue with offsides. Got a score here. Eagle Crest up 14-0 on Rocky in the first quarter. Rocky playing down at Eagle Crest. Rocky having a rough go of it to start. 2nd and 15 from the 34 now. And kind of a jet sweep, a little toss to number 11, and a nice run. He's going to be close to the first down, probably about a yard short. Takata. Nice fake by Jurgensen. He flipped the ball to Takata on the reverse and then faked like he was throwing. So I'll tell you what, and I've said this already a few times, but the Mustangs are going to have fresh legs in there all the time, so you're not going to be able to count on that. Now the other quarterback, is a wide receiver on the left, Brickle. So they just got all kinds of interchangeable parts, which is what you ought to have in high school. Up the middle is Wilson, and he carries a few people, I believe, for a first down.
Makes the stop for Poudre. Ball spotted at the
Caleb makes the stop on 16-yard line now. Fake handoff, rolling right. He's going to keep it, go down to the 10, down to the 5, and get pushed out of bounds. So Jurgensen, and hopefully I didn't see a flag. All right, good. Nobody fell down, but you really never know these days with A.J. Jurgensen run out of bounds at the 5-yard line. 12-yard gain for Jurgensen. 8:59 left here, second quarter. 7-3 our score. Live from French Field in Fort Collins, Colorado. Jurgensen under center, and with the little pitch back with the left hand, and nothing doing. The Poudre Impalas coming up, stop that.
option pitch goes to James
Lindsay on the carry.
Zach
McVicker with the stop.
1 yard gain on the play. Second and goal from the 6.
1 yard gain. Second and 6. Second and goal from the 6. Easy for me to say, huh? Kind of a counter. That was easy. Wilson right up the middle. Touchdown, Ralston Valley.
Wilson, 6-yard run from scrimmage.
That was a quick hitter up the middle, and no one even saw it until he was already in the end zone. So Ralston Valley so far as good as advertised.
To attempt the point after.
Offensively, Poudre has definitely been able to move the ball. And they're going to have to move the ball if they want to stay in this game, but they're not going to be able to come away with field goals. They're going to have to score some touchdowns. And looks like they're going to need to get into a track meet. Hear the crowd having a good time down here. And Friday night here in Colorado is September 7th, 2018.
Tristan Burkett is deep for the Impalas.
Again, Burkett is deep. 23 to kick. Zach Levy, or Levy, not sure. And high kick, returnable. Burkett. The seam over to the left. If he can get by, he cannot. Nice return, though. Nice stop by number 12. Tanner Spyrick, senior. The obvious difference you see in these two teams as you look at their rosters, just, well, not really. I was just getting ready to say a lot more seniors, but both teams are about equal. Excuse me. They're not evil, they're equal. And we've got some kind of timeout for equipment. So gonna have to have some equipment fixed. And here we go. First and 10 from the 32. Good field position. See if they can pick up where they left off. There's Satterfield with a nice hit. He got the old 78. He got 7 Pastore and 8 Galbraith. And he's seeing stars right now because he was hit pretty good. Short pickup of about 3. Looked like that was going to turn into a lot more than it did. And let me see. There's 1 gray jersey. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white jerseys. I'm not a math major, but that's going to be a hard pass to complete. Very fortunate that ball wasn't picked off. 7:22 left here in the second quarter. 3rd and 7 now from the 35. And Poudre really needs to pick up another first down here, give their defense some support. Again, sometimes your best defense, and there's a, well, I guess they got back. I guess they got people watching that, so. Tarango going to the right, good speed, and not able to complete the pass. Incomplete, 4th and 7 now. Tarango coming in, he's thrown for some yards, but his percentage, as you would expect in his first 3 years as the varsity starter, is going to improve. He's about 38% right now, but only a junior, so he's one of those quarterbacks that's going to look a lot better at the end of the year than he did the first, and he's going to look a heck of a lot better next year because that's just how it works. So high kick and fair catch called by Harries. First down and 10 now.
Tarango's punt goes 32 yards, no return. Mustangs will have
Tarango the punter as well.
First and 10 from their own
34-yard line is where they'll start this drive. Randy McCoy here with you. Max Fink, my man with the pictures tonight. And we got Miles over there too, I think. I'm not sure if he's still over there, but he's going to be helping us out as well. So welcome, Miles. And have a few people over there on camera. If you want to know who Maxwell is, look at our Twitter page and you'll see the backside of his head as he's working. He's the new poster boy for our Twitter page. Brickell now the quarterback, ahead to Wilson. So looks a little bit like they just go every other series with the quarterbacks. But you have to Landon Carroll with the stop. But you got to keep your eyes open because you never know which quarterback's going to be in there, and they're both built very similar. One huge difference is Brickell is left-handed. And another right up the middle to Wilson, and he's their workhorse. He's going to get a first down. So yards after hits was probably about 5 yards on that. He got hit pretty close to the line of scrimmage and then just drug the defenders. Yards after contact, I believe, is what they call that in the biz. 6:15 left here. Talk about a few scores that we had last night. A couple of volleyball games, had a football game, so we'll talk a little bit about that as we go along. Brickle back and just a quick out. Actually a curl pattern right there, and about the 48-yard line is completed to number 84, Luke Carlston. Wolf with the stop. A different kind of offense than what we saw last night, where they kind of threw the ball all over. This is a much more controlled offense. But when you've got two runners, we have yet to see Roberts, so I'm not sure if he's injured or just not playing. Oh, almost intercepted. Intended for 82. McNarney almost picked. And look at there, there's a huddle. 3rd and 1 now from the 46-yard line. Up under center, I'd watch for quarterback sneak here. Nope, gonna go right up the middle with Wilson, which is just as good. And so far they do not have an answer for Chase Wilson, but neither is most people in the first 2 games. He came in with a 169 as far as yards. Jackson Douglas in now, number 3. Bringing the play in, looks like. Pastore in motion, and Wilson right up the middle again. Stop that time. It's Takata up the middle, my mistake. I kind of assumed it was Wilson, so. Gallegos on the stop. Ralston Valley has one of those offenses that kind of lulls you to sleep a little bit because not doing a lot of fancy things. And there is a jet sweep to Takata. An inside sweep, though. It didn't take it outside. He cut in and was able to pick up about 5. 3rd and 2 now. And what do we say? It's a little bit like Novocaine. It just keeps you numb here, just keeps going. And they have lulled this crowd to sleep. They've lulled them to sitting on their hands, and up the middle, they're gonna get the first down. Nice stop, but they still got the first down.
1st and 10 Mustangs from the Poudre 24-yard line.
So in this case, Ralston Valley, because they don't go up and down the field with the pass game, they don't score as quick. Got a 14-3 score here. If Poudre can't stop them here, which they need to do, 2:51 now left. There's an option out to Pastore, and he's going to be stopped for about a 2-yard gain.
Option kick goes to Nick Pastore. 2-yard gain on the play.
Brickell still in at quarterback. Now we know why they run the option to the left, and he pitches with his left because he's left-handed.
Kickoff Return. Second and 8 for the Mustangs.
And kind of a counter, and they're able to hit him at the line, but it still gave up about 3. And that's Wilson on the carry. He's been the workhorse here in the first half, 14-3. And Coach Matt Lloyd is wanting to score with no time left here on the clock. Poudre was able to move the ball on one drive, and they just gave them the first down right there, I believe, unless it was illegal procedure, which it was not. So there's a first down.
5-yard penalty gives Ralston Valley a first down. First and 10, Mustangs from the Poudre 16-yard line.
First and 10 from the 16. 1:28 left. Nobody's in too big a hurry here, so. Again, Ralston Valley has sucked all the wind and excitement out of this stadium. Takata in motion. Going to give it to him in kind of a swing pass. Oh. It's a very interesting place. Takata, he fakes to Takata, then they throw it on a swing pass, and then he bobbles it, and then he gets hit, and he looks like a pinball machine, but he's able to keep it. Zach McVicker comes up, makes the hard hit. So second down. Nobody's calling timeouts. I don't know if Ralston Valley has a play in their back pocket that they're going to run here at the end. Bricker's going to try to pass it. Now he's going to run it. He's going to get down to the 10, down to the 5.
Walker Brickell scrambles for
Brickell. I said Bricker. I'm sorry to the Brickell family.
a Mustang first down. First and goal to go for Ralston Valley.
26 seconds now, and kind of looked like a design run. What he did is they took everybody over to the right like he was going to throw it, and then he just ran to the left. Now, you know, he could have just done that because people were covered, or that could have been the plan. But either way, it's on the 5-yard line now. 26 seconds left, first down. And they're going to throw up for grabs, and let's see if he got it. No, incomplete. But I see some laundry down there. And at that point from the 5-yard line, you've got to foul him. You cannot give up the touchdown because the only penalty you're going to have is a 2-yard penalty. And they waved it off. So let me tell you, folks, if you're the defender down there, you better hit him before he gets the ball and not give up a touchdown. So I'll take 2-yard penalties to not have a touchdown, and I'm sure Coach McVicker would too. But no penalty either way. Second down now, 5. Everybody has all their timeouts. Wilson up the middle down to about the 1. And now we're going to have a timeout, I believe, in Ralston Valley. And they've run this drive just beautifully, really, when it comes down to it. So our score, 14-3. Ralston Valley over Poudre. You're watching Stream It Sports. we're back here. He's here, the crowd getting kind of exercise here, trying to stop him. 3rd and 2 with 14 seconds left. This would be a big stop if Poudre can. So somebody was not supposed to be in. He was in the huddle. He came off, which is actually a penalty. Tried to call timeout. I'm not sure if they got it or not. And they picked up the flag because so they called timeout before they threw the flag. So nice job by Poudre. We'll talk a little bit about our games that we had last night. Windsor upset Rocky Mountain in volleyball 3-2. Fort Collins was able to beat Chatfield, and I don't know if that was a big surprise, but a little bit of surprise. I think we were expecting a little better contest than that. 3-0, and do want to just send our prayers to head coach Jared Rudiger. He lost his dad this past week, the Fort Collins head volleyball coach, so our thoughts and prayers are with him. And then last night, of course, you saw right here on Streaming Sports, Arvada West beat the Fossil Ridge Sabercats. So here we go, back. And stops him with 8 seconds left. Now be 4th down. Again, this will be a huge stop if they can do this, so not sure. They've had very little problem running up the middle with Wilson, and so not sure why the cute play call there, but I'm not a coach, and they obviously saw something in there that they thought they could get that play run, but they did not. So we'll be back after this message. You're watching Streaming Sports. So here we go, folks. It's 4th down and 2. From the 2-yard line with 8 seconds left. And everybody is packed in, so I would look for a fake and a pass, but we'll see. Gonna go around the edge, and he's gonna get in easily. Went to the wing tee and just more people blocking than. That was number 22 on the. It was Lindsay on the touchdown. Nicely run play.
Marston Grant to attempt the point after.
2 seconds left now in the first half.
Thomas Harris to hold.
And it's good. So 21-3 now our score. Enough time for a kickoff return. So far, Ralston Valley has not kicked the ball through the end zone, so we'll get some kind of return. Tell you folks, if you've never breathed the evening refreshing air with no humidity in it here in Colorado, you're missing something, but it is just gorgeous tonight. I think they call that a Chamber of Commerce night, so. And we have had people moving here by the droves, so we've got plenty. And kind of a stub kick. And there's going to be a return up to about the 23, and that's going to do her, folks, for the first half. So our score after one half, 21-3, Ralston Valley ahead. Poudre has not had an answer for them, and we'll see what transpires this second half. You're watching Stream of Sports.
At Toyota, safety isn't an option, it's standard. So features like lane departure alert and pre-collision system are always included on every single Toyota RAV4. To get similar features on a road, Nissan charges over $6,000. They shouldn't. We don't. Just announced, get $3,000 cash back on a new 2018 Toyota RAV4. For other great deals, visit your Toyota dealer today. Or find your Toyota at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
After playing the game for many years, and I decided I could either watch from the couch or get on the field and become part of the game.
I became a judge because it was a natural transition from being a gymnast to coach, now judge.
I love the large crowds, the excitement of the game, and you know what? I got the best seat in the house.
Help these kids. Help this community. Become an official.
Pay your friends back before they pay you back. Zelle on the First Bank app. First Bank, banking for good.
Hey everyone, Kevin Lytle here with the Coloradoan, giving Randy a little halftime break. We'll talk some football here. Ralston Valley leading Poudre 21-3. at halftime. I think Ralston Valley is they're ranked number 8 in the state in the Chassenau poll. Poudre's giving them a good game. Big difference right now is Ralston Valley, obviously bigger, stronger, and they're kind of dominating on the lines. Poudre's defense has really been out there a long time. Ralston Valley's just kind of grinding and grinding and grinding. They've got that run game. That last touchdown drive at the end of the half, I think, was about 6 minutes long. So that's a big difference there. We'll see how Poudre's defense holds up. They're going to certainly be battling a little fatigue because they're, like I say, a little outmatched size-wise and have been on the field a lot. But Poudre, like I said, really hanging in. Touchdown drive was really impressive. Sergio Tarango at quarterback, he's just a playmaker. There was one, a blitzer came free, and he kind of gave a little pump fake, ducked right under them, went for a long run. He's kind of keeping them alive on the offensive side because that Ralston Valley defense, especially their front four, getting a lot of pressure early and often, I should say. But Poudre hanging in. We'll see if they can get a score here early in the half to keep themselves in this game. But this game is kind of just in the bigger picture, a story of Poudre's season. They have a really, really good schedule. They open with Arvat West, who's now 3-0. They beat Fossil Ridge last night. Arvat West looks really good. Poudre beat Legend last week, another team that I think is going to be pretty darn good. And then Poudre goes and plays Cherokee Trail next week, a team that is typically pretty solid before the Impalas finish non-conference play with Fort Collins in a few weeks. So a really good schedule for Poudre. They're really testing themselves. Mari McVicker trying to build off of last year's playoff season, kind of build and continue some success. But let's talk about Ralston Valley here a little bit. I'm pretty impressed with just how they run their offense. It's not necessarily the flashiest thing you'll ever see, but they just keep grinding and grinding. Chase Wilson at running back has had some good carries. He had Ralston Valley's first 2 touchdowns. It's pretty interesting. They're switching between the 2 quarterbacks, A.J. Jurgensen, Walker Brickle, kind of interchangeably even within drives. They're switching between the 2. It's pretty fascinating. One is a righty, one is a lefty, so both for the offense and defense, you have to be paying attention to which side of the body it's being flung from when they do pass, which is pretty rare. Poudre has actually played pretty good defense in the secondary, had some good pass breakups in the end zone to really make Ralston Valley work for those touchdowns. So I think we're going to expect more of the same from Ralston Valley here in the second half, especially now with the lead. They're already milking a lot of clock, and they're just going to continue to do that. They may be able to have some really long drives, and they'll look to shorten this game and make it as quick a half as possible and get back on the long bus ride back home because that'll be a late night for them. But Ralston Valley definitely living up to the billing as a very good team, as we knew they'd be coming in. This is their 3rd game. They're 2-0. They beat Mountain Vista, I believe it was 51-0 to open the season. And they actually went down to Florida last week, which you don't see teams travel that far for games very often, but a cool opportunity for them and those kids, and they won a big game down there. So they've had an interesting first few weeks here, but looking like one of the teams. If you're looking for dark horses in 5A, there's always going to be obviously Valor and Pomona are kind of your big dogs, but a team like Ralston Valley is pretty consistently always there, and a quarterfinal type of team that if they have put things together can maybe go a little further. And they definitely look solid right now. They have some good athletes. So we'll see what happens. We have about 7 minutes, 45 seconds here left in the half. See if Poudre can get offense going. They had that one drive, but have really struggled. Like I said, their Ralston Valley front 4 is getting in the backfield real quickly, and they were able to keep Poudre out of the end zone when Poudre did get down the one time, forced a field goal from Nate Wood. They'll look to get Tate Satterfield going a little bit more running game. It's hard. There have been a couple where it looks like he could bounce it outside, and Ralston Valley has just swallowed up those holes really fast. And then I expect some quick passes here early in the second half. Tarango to probably Josiah Stribling's most likely. A couple other options out there, but they need to get the ball out of his hands quickly because there is not going to be much time for him to sit back and pick out receivers in the pocket because the pocket is collapsing pretty quick. But like I say, I'm impressed so far with how Poudre is hanging in. They showed well against Legend last week. They responded well after a rough first game against Arvat West. So we'll see what happens here in the second half. But we're getting pretty deep into fall season now, and there's a lot of exciting stuff going on around in Fort Collins. Obviously, aside from the football as well, I think the most notable thing is volleyball. It's unbelievable how good the volleyball here is in Fort Collins. You have Fort Collins and Fossil Ridge are both top 5 type of teams, both serious title contenders. Both have played Chaparral, who's been number 1, and Fossil Ridge lost them, and Fort Collins beat them 3-1. And those two teams play next week, Fort Collins and Fossil Ridge. That's going to be an amazing volleyball match. Those two are just loaded, and I expect to see them down at the Denver Coliseum in a few months for state. Rocky Mountain, they've lost some players with injury, but still a really talented team. I think they could make some hay. And then moving outside again, softball. Another pretty good season for the softball teams. Fort Collins, Rocky Mountain, and Poudre in some ways are all sort of in rebuilding modes in various ways. Fossil Ridge seems to keep just cranking through players after players, and they're really good. They just beat Eagle Crest, the defending champ, early this week. They beat Erie, who's one of the best teams in 4A. So Fossil Ridge, again, they've made the Final Four, I think 6 straight years, looking for their first title, and this is a team that certainly will be in contention once again. Boys soccer, we're going to stream at Sports, doing a couple games here later in September. I'm excited to call those with the guys. As always, the soccer is pretty solid here. That season is pretty early on, but one thing I want to note is Poudre is 4-0. They won 3 games last year. They've started the season with 4 wins right away, and one thing that jumps out, obviously big turnaround. They lost 7-1 to Eagle Crest last year, beat Eagle Crest 4-1 this year. So Poudre with a really nice turnaround soccer, and right now, obviously super early in the season, but it's possible we could have 4 playoff teams in the city for boys soccer. So a lot of talent there, as there usually is. So it's going to be exciting stretch here through the end of the fall season. It's hard to believe we're already kind of eyeing the postseason in some of these sports, but boys golf, they finished their season here in September. Speaking of talent, Dylan Stewart at Fossil Ridge will be in contention for the 5A individual title. So a lot going on. We're cranking up. It's really exciting. Really appreciate the Stream It Sports guys for having me on here. And like I say, excited to call some soccer with them. We have about 4 minutes left till halftime, and then Randy will take you home here in the second half. So I'm Kevin Lytle with the Coloradoan, and thanks for listening.
At Toyota, safety isn't an option, it's standard. So features like lane departure alert and pre-collision system are always included on every single Toyota RAV4. To get similar features on a road, Nissan charges over $6,000. They shouldn't. We don't. Just announced, get $3,000 cash back on a new 2018 Toyota RAV4. For other great deals, visit your Toyota dealer today. Or find your Toyota at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
After playing the game for many years, and I decided I could either watch from the couch or get on the field and become part of the game.
I became a judge because it was a natural transition from being a gymnast to coach, now judge.
I love the large crowds, the excitement of the game, and you know what? I got the best seat in the house.
Help these kids. Help this community. Become an official.
Pay your friends back before they pay you back. Zelle on the First Bank app. First Bank, banking for good.
So we're back here after halftime. Randy McCoy here with you, along with Maxwell Fink, my cameraman, giving us the cool shots all across this fine stadium, French Field here in Fort Collins, Colorado. (21-3) our score. Ralston Valley, as you heard. I want to thank Mr. Kevin Lytle for. I want to thank him for coming in halftime, kind of giving us an overview. He does a great job of giving us an overview of kind of what's going on here in Fort Collins as far as high school sports. So nobody more knowledgeable than Kevin Lytle when it comes to local high school sports. So gave us a good roundup of the game. There's nothing I can add. What you're going to, you're going to have to get the ball away from Ralston Valley, and Poudre's going to be kicking off. So Wilson, who's been everything, we did find out, and they're going to try to do an onside kick, pooch kick to start, and it did not work. It didn't work the first time, and it didn't work that time. So Ralston Valley has yet to have to go the full length of the field because Poudre's been trying to kind of do a pooch kick, 40 yards, 40-yard or 35-yard line, so not a bad deal. No return. So Ralston Valley's leading rusher, Brad Roberts, coming in with 206 yards, has an ankle, and so he is not playing tonight. We told you that we did not see him, and so he is not playing tonight. There is Pastore up the middle, and pound, pound, pound. That's the story so far, and I guarantee you Ralston Valley is going to get in no hurry. And unless these Poudre Impalas can stop the run, it's going to be a punishing second half, and it's going to be a quick second half. For those of you who are not knowledgeable in football, when you throw an incomplete pass, the clock stops. It extends the game. When you run the ball, the clock just keeps going after every play, and it does not stop. So, of course, you want to run the ball when you have the lead if you can. And as soon as I say that, they pass the ball quarterback to quarterback. Brickley with some nice moves to Brickle. I'm so sorry to the Brickle family. I have said that name wrong. I might have to call him Walker. But anyway, Walker Brickle. That is a memorable name. Nate Wood on the stop. Jurgensen with the pretty good quarterback name, Jurgensen. I think the Washington football team had a quarterback named Jurgensen. And again, go throw, and there you go. That's an incomplete pass. Jackson Douglas, intended receiver. And that's exactly what I mean. Clock stopped. Second down and 10. Want to keep the Poudre defense honest, which is why you would do that if you're Ralston Valley. And up the middle. And again, they have so many rushers that come in.
Pastore once again on the
That's
carry.
Pastore on the carry.
4-yard gain
As we are using the spotter for the public address announcers, so that's I don't personally have a spotter, but he has one for the PA announcer, so which is very helpful for me. 3rd and 10, or no, it's not. It's 3rd and about 6. Fake a handoff and incomplete pass.
Incomplete, intended for J.J.
Galbraith with the intended receiver. 4th down now. 4th and 7, so.
Thomas Harry's into punt for Ralston Valley.
Harry's into punt.
And Josiah Stribling are deep for Poudre.
Stribling, Burkett back for the Impalas. And again, Kicked out of bounds and through the end zone. First and 10 from the 20. Punter not really, looked like not really even trying to kick it into the coffin corner. So either way, really Ralston Valley giving Poudre a break there by passing the ball 3 or 4 times. I understand you need to work on certain aspects of the game, and this game is not over, but a comfortable lead. Poudre has been able to move the ball, so we'll see how they come out this second half, what adjustments they've made offensively. And Stribling with the jet sweep. Gain of 2, maybe 3. Emery with the stop. Second and 7 for Poudre. Got a halftime score here. Longmont 15, Fort Collins 12. Sounds like a game of field goals or 2-point. There's a nice throw, first down. That was to Satterfield. First down. And again, the Impalas have been able to move the ball, so they can come down here and get a touchdown. It's a brand new ball game. Back to pass again. Little high. Did he hang on to it? Yes. Stribling with the acrobatic catch. Galbraith on the coverage and the tackle. Second down and 4 now. Crowd getting a little noisier. And there's Satterfield up the middle and driving for the first down. So Poudre definitely has come out with a little more energy, and the crowd's got a little more energy. It was great to be able to stop Ralston Valley on their first drive, and that kind of gives you a little extra bounce in your step. Ball on the 45. 2 first downs in this drive. And jet sweep, and not going to be able to turn the corner there. It's Dante Davis, 5'8", 154 pounds, sophomore. Loss of 2 on the play, second down and 12. Back to pass, straight drop back, out pattern, breaks away and trips. Dante Davis on the catch and run. Caught the ball on a nice out pattern. Was able to break the tackle and go for about another 15 yards. Poudre moving the ball nicely here on this drive. Satterfield over on the right side, and he is banging. The front line is being a little more active on this. Satterfield looks kind of like an angry runner, boy. He goes through there. He's looking for somebody to hit. And 234 yards he came into this game. He's had a decent game. He has not had that many opportunities really to run the ball. But I think he's going to get him now. And there's another one to the left. Can't get outside. Gets away from the tackle, but help is on the way. He was getting ready to break the tackle. Poudre has had a history of bruising runners, and Satterfield just joins a list of many. It's played on this French field. Third down and 2. Might look for a quarterback keeper here going wide. And he's going to roll out. Now he's going to go left, and he's got room to run if he looks at it, but he's got somebody open. He's going to throw a pick. If it was this easy sitting up here as it is down on the field, Tarango had 10 to 15 yards that he could have kept running to the left, would have easily gotten a first down and possibly even down to about the 10-yard line. Instead, chose to go ahead and throw it into a crowd, and the ball was picked off. So that is not what Poudre needed. And again, quarterbacks will be better later in the year than they are right now, and that's a costly error. Pass out to the end, and he's going to get a first down. What a run. You see who caught that ball. 84. Wow. Luke Carlston, let me tell you, folks, he got the ball out at about the 10-yard line, and he carried a pile about 6 or 7 yards. Now, he had help from people behind him pushing the pile, but he gets credit for the yards. 1st and 10 now. And up the middle, and this is what we've been not wanting to see, that we knew would happen eventually. Wilson up the middle, and they've just been peppering it. And Wilson comes in and gains about 30 on that. First and 10 now from just shy of the 50. Costly error by the Impalos. Up the middle now in Ralston Valley, that's Lindsey. Again, folks, no less than 5 running backs have carried the ball, and maybe more. So you've got a defense who's played a lot of snaps. You've got running backs who are fresh every time they come in. Second and 1. Great play to go deep on if you're that sort of team. Instead, they're going to go for the sure thing, which is up the middle. First down. Lindsey on the carry. Mortensen on the tackle. First down 10 now from the 37. Wilson in motion. Out to Pastore. Is he gonna, just a simple sweep and gonna gain 5. That's Pastore once again. Gain of 5. Saw Trent Graves warming up on the sideline, 6'3" junior quarterback. And not sure if something's wrong with Tarango or if they're just going to give the junior some snaps here. And option out to the right, and that's Pastore. First down from the 27 now. Want to thank our sponsor, Jim's Wings. Best wings in northern Colorado since 1991. Make sure you go down after the game and get some wings from Jim's Wings over at Campus West, right across the way from Moby Arena on Elizabeth. Up the middle, and Wilson, and folks, he's not going to come down that way. He got out, and now he's going to cut back again. He's going to get down to the 7-yard line. Folks, he was stopped for good at the 25-yard line, kept his feet moving, came all the way around the left side, then he cut back to the right side. He ran about 45 yards, or about 40 yards to get that 20 yards. But let me tell you, folks, he's a heck of a runner, and he got the ball down to the 8-yard line now. First and goal from the 8. And this would be a really, really tough touchdown to give up if the Impalas do that. And the quarterback keeps into the end zone. And that is Brickle, I believe. Yep, that's Brickle on the run. Walker Brickle, that is, and that's a touchdown on the option play. Again, going left. He's a left-hander. 27-3, lining up for the extra point now. 2:20 left here in this third quarter, and that's going to be good. 28-3. So if you're Poudre Impala, if you're coaching staff, you're kicking yourself because probably could have had the ball about the 10-yard line and driving. Looked really good that you were going to probably get a touchdown. 21-10 would have been the score, and that looks a whole lot different now. But 14-point turnaround, 28-3, and that's going to really make it hard. And not necessarily that Poudre can't come back and score 31 points. It's the fact that they have not been able to stop Ralston Valley from scoring. So even if they score a touchdown, they've got to be able to stop Ralston Valley 4 times. And they have not been able to do it. We saw an offense. We've seen some offenses this year already, folks. We saw an offense last week in Loveland, had the ball 7 times and scored 7 touchdowns. So Ralston Valley has not done that, but they've been very impressive tonight. And deep kick this time through the end zone. Poudre has not been able to get much field position, so they've had to drive the length of the field on most occasions. Again, I gave you the halftime score. Longmont over Fort Collins, 15-12. Fort Collins hanging in there against a good Longmont team. We're going to have Longmont on later in the year against Skyline, a big town city rival game. And let me see if we got a new quarterback in. Yes, we do. Graves is in now. Trent Graves, 6'3", 195, a little bit taller. Kind of has that classic quarterback look. Taranjo, more of an athletic quarterback, kind of a runner and option style. So we'll see. Obviously, Poudre is going to have to pass the ball. So we'll see if that's what Graves does better. And nice throw, man. Way to pop it in there, but he was out of bounds. Official was right on there, and nice catch by Eli Allen, but he just ran. He didn't try to hold his foot in or drag his foot or anything, and his foot wasn't in, I could tell from here. And you only need 1 foot in for high school, but that was a nice touch. Nice throw there by Graves. Again, 6'3", 195-pound junior quarterback. So Poudre's had some quarterback battles here over the last few years. All very skilled. Graves is going to run this time, and he's going to get out and see if he can break one more tackle to get the first down. And they gave it to him. He's going to get the first down. Trent Graves with a great eye, and he gets the first down. Graves wearing number 17. Again, you've got two totally different looking quarterbacks, and Graves is back. Nice pickup block. And again, he's going to try to throw it up, and caught by Stribling, I believe. No, they're saying it's incomplete. Second straight pass that had a nice touch on it. The one thing you can see, though, is that they're not really able to get any separation. The receivers right now are not able to get separation. So they're having to take chances and kind of throw the ball up for grabs. Run up the middle now, Satterfield. He gets a gain of about 4.
Take Satterfield up the middle. 4-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd and 6 for Poudre.
3rd and 6 now for Poudre and Palas. Randy McCoy here. Stream It Sports. ASBN.TV. Glad to have you watching tonight. And able to get back there. Number 4 with the quarterback sack. That's the 3rd sack this game, and rolled out, and the linebacker was right there. And even if he'd have gotten away from him, there was somebody right behind him. So Caleb Tischler with the vicious throwdown. And what a quick third quarter. Last play of the third quarter with our score 28-3. Ralston Valley having their way. You're watching Stream It Sports. Back here again, want to thank Jim's Wings, our other sponsor. Jim's Wings, the best wings around here in Northern Colorado since 1991. Want to thank them. Pedersen Toyota, First Bank. And nice punt. And caught about the 40, out to about the 46. Harry's with the catch. First down and 10. For those of you who might be circling this huge volleyball game, September 12th, Fossil Ridge and Fort Collins, there has been a time change. The varsity match will start at 5:30, or typically immediately after the JV game. So Jurgensen in now, and surprisingly passing the ball.
Quick pass to Matt McNall.
That's McNall. Gain of 3, second down 7.
2-yard pickup on the play, 2nd and 8 for the Mustang.
11:24, and again, that third quarter flew by, folks. Keep the ball on the ground like that, and it will. And quarterback keeper on the option, run pass option. Jurgensen up the middle. He gets about 2 or 3. Third and about 5.
3-yard pickup on the play, 3rd and 5.
See what they got up their sleeve here. At wide receiver on each side. 2 setbacks. Quarterback under center. Quick out pattern, and 84 is going to get by. So 84 caught the ball for about a 5-yard gain, barely got the first down, but is able to break tackles for about a 20-yard gain. That is Carlston, Luke Carlston, the junior. And just not good tackling on that play. And again, barely had the first down. Probably would have fell for the first down, but ended up picking up another 12, 15 yards. First down now, Jurgensen at quarterback. A lot of faking. Throws deep into the end zone. And Carlson, I believe, got behind the receivers and touchdown. And no, is that Carlston? Yes, it is. Great pass, great faking for one thing. Had 2 fakes to the 2 runners, which you have to respect because they've just been running up and down the field. Able to go deep. And Carlson got behind both of the DBs, and they score the touchdown. Extra point is good. 35-3, and folks, that's what they call in the business probably the dagger there. So Poudre's needs to come out now and just run their offense. Try to pull something positive out of this. Again, 2 times ago, Poudre had the ball on about the 25-yard line. Quarterback was rolling out to the left, needed about 4 yards for a first down, and instead of running, which there was wide open field, threw the ball, threw an interception, and really changed the course of this game because at that point would have kept at least within shouting distance. Right now, that shout is a whisper. 10:07 left in this game. Ralston Valley to kick off once again. 6th kickoff of the night. This one hangs up in the air, going to be able to be returned. Gets hit, then hits his own man, and then that was Burkett, I believe.
A 12-yard return by Tristan Burkett.
Tristan Burkett on the return.
Poudre will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
10 minutes exactly left in this contest. Ball on the 20. Again, Graves at quarterback now. Up the middle, bumbling. That's Satterfield up for a gain of 9 3/4 yards. Nope, they gave him the first down, 10 yards. Andrew Miles on the stop. And Wilson Clark. Satterfield up the middle as well.
Take Satterfield once again on the carry.
Again, sometimes your best defense is to not let the other team have the ball, and certainly can't give it away on turnovers against a team this powerful. Ralston Valley coming in ranked number 8 in the Chasanow rankings, right ahead of Arvada West, the team we saw last night. And going wide, not going to get out there. There's a flag. I think as a looks like in the place you'd have a face mask. We'll see. Face mask or holding. Have not had a lot of holding calls tonight. With the amount of holding calls we've seen in the last 2 broadcasts, it's amazing how few we've seen tonight. It's the same crew that did the Loveland game the other night. So it's a 5-yard. Let's see. Holding. That's right. It was a face mask, the 5-yard variety, which means it was not flagrant. 8:46 our time here in beautiful Fort Collins, just on the northwest side of town.
Flag down on the field.
So illegal procedure, and Graves was not ready for that ball. So the center had one thing in mind, and the quarterback had something else in mind. First and 15. So when you go back to look at this game, you're going to see some pretty decent stats for Poudre. And you're going to go away saying, man, they've got a pretty good offense as Satterfield runs here again, and boy, he's a hard runner. He's going to get back up a little over the initial line of scrimmage. But you're going to look on the scoreboard, and you're going to say, oh, they only scored 3 points. So, you know, you can get a lot of yards between the 20s, but the object of the game is to score points, and so far they've not been able to do that tonight. We've seen every team now. So far, Fossil Ridge has shown a decent offense, and so is Poudre. Again, they're able to gain yards. That's about a 15-yard run. Yards get easier in the fourth quarter, especially when the other team's up by 32, but still good hard running. Number 10 in there, Jacob Waldick now. 42, Will Lester. Get some of these defenders in. Looks like it might be some of the reserves. We'll see. Up the middle again, Satterfield is slicing through like a warm knife through butter. First and 10 Impalas. 44 on stop there. Miles comes back out. Try to get as many of those numbers as possible. Timeout, Poudre. So 6:48 left, and they want to talk about what they want to try to accomplish here in these last 6 minutes. They have the ball. We'll be back after these messages. So we're back here. First and 10 from the 35 for the Poudre Impalas. And Satterfield on a run to the left. Kind of a classic Poudre play right there. Gain of about 5, and I'd be surprised if they do anything in these last 6 minutes but hand it off to Satterfield till they score a touchdown. They really need to. So more bad news here from Score Central from my executive producer, Mr. Philip Mildren, and Satterfield hit and driven down for a loss. 96 on the. That's Erlin. Jackson Erlin comes up from the opposite side to make that play. What a tremendous play. Eagle Crest leading Rocky Mountain 39-0 right now. So right now the only team close is Fort Collins, so we've got to be pulling for them. They were 15-12 down by 3 at half against Longmont, so we'll try to get a score update on that game before we go off the air. Up the middle again.
Tate Satterfield on the carry. Jackson Erlin makes the stop. 6-yard pickup on the play. Poudre is in 4-down territory. 4th and 4 for the Impala.
4th down and 4. They're in no man's land, so they're going to try to pick up a first down here. And they might have just got it.
Flag down on the field.
Looks like Ralston Valley jumped off sides, and they did. So they'll get 5 yards. 5 yards will give you first down.
Ball spotted at the Ralston Valley 24-yard line.
4:50 left here in this football game. 35-3 our score. And I would imagine Poudre will keep it on the ground right here. Satterfield.
Tate Satterfield on the carry.
And there's 2 reasons why they'll do this. One is I think it gives them the best chance to score, and 2, they want to keep the ball away
1-yard gain on the play
from Ralston Valley, as if 35 is not enough points, but 35-10 would look a lot better than 42-3. So that's how I'd be thinking, at least. They have not run Satterfield before this. Now they're going to throw a screen to Satterfield. So they're going to get him the ball and
screen pass complete to Tate Satterfield.
However they can.
5-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd and 5.
Satterfield is 5'10", 182. Good size young man. Very skilled runner. Probably got close to 100 yards tonight. He's going to get a chance to get more. And on the, oh my gosh, he got out of that, folks. And he's still going. My goodness, what a run.
7-yard gain on the play, 1st and 10 Impala.
So Graves had trouble getting him the ball. It would look like a blown play. Satterfield was, I mean, he had 2 or 3 guys had him down. He gets out of that and goes for another 10 yards. What tremendous run. The motor he has is very impressive. And, you know, regardless of what the score is, you know, when you see somebody working that hard in a game that's this far in score, you have to be impressed. So we'll see if Poudre can punch in the lame duck touchdown here. Oh boy, I'll tell you what. And incomplete. You get about another half second, and that's a touchdown for the other team. And intended for Eli Allen. Incomplete, stops the clock with 2:38 left.
Broken up by Nicholas Roy.
Nicholas Roy broke the pass up. Senior defensive back. And touchdown, Poudre. Nice touch pass. And that is Josiah dribbling with the catch. 6'2", 183-pound senior. Good-sized receiver. Got behind the defenders, and a nice touch by Graves. Coach McVicker's going to have a decision on his hands next week as far as quarterback. Both quarterbacks. And good, the extra point. Both quarterbacks have done some things well. You know, Graves came in, and obviously they run a little bit of a different set of packages for each quarterback. But Graves had a whole bunch of hand the ball off to Tate Satterfield more than Tarango did. Tarango, sorry. And so be interesting to see what happens next week. 2:33 left in this contest, 35-10. Poudre still has 2 timeouts left. We'll see if they use them. Mustangs 1 first down away from being able to go in victory formation. People starting to slowly walk out, but most have hung on here. They still early in the season. They want to see what their Impalas are made of. They knew this was going to be a tough game. And for the most part, have played them close. Again, tough. You know, woulda, coulda, shoulda, and return to the right hash mark.
Woods kick goes 45 yards, a 15-yard return.
Returned by Tischler.
Brought down by Caleb.
So you sit here and you go, well,
From their own 33-yard line.
so you look at this, similar to you look at the game last night with Fossil Ridge, is, you know, a couple of 3 things happen. You don't have a turnover. You do a couple of things right, and it's a close game, and this is very similar here. Oh, nice defense. They get Pastore. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. But the clock keeps running. It's not out of the question to think that Poudre could have 17 points right now and the Mustangs only have 28, which is still, still a loss. But you know, the optics of that and how you feel about yourself when you go in tomorrow for practice is quite a bit different. So, again, a big turnover when the Impalas were driving. And they're going to do a little reverse here. Kind of a weird call up by that, and that is 84, who's already scored a touchdown. And interesting, they did not call that, but Luke Carlston on the reverse, running a reverse with your starters up 35-10. Interesting call. Poudre's played hard the entire time. And again, sometimes you're just overmatched, and that's the case tonight. Brickell still in at quarterback. And run up the middle. 125. Poudre not calling any timeouts, so see if Ralston Valley they can take a knee twice here, so we'll see if they do that. And doesn't look like it. running the option still. And goes out of bounds, which stops the clock. It did not go out of bounds. The official did not.
No gain on the play. 3rd and 10 Mustangs.
3rd and 10. This will be the last play of the game. $35-10 is going to be our final score, unless it looks like they're going to take a knee here. I was going to say unless they throw a pass to the end zone, which after watching that reverse, I was looking for possibly, but they did not. So anyway, 35-10 our score. Ralston Valley comes in and hammers the Poudre Impalas. Poudre moves the ball up and down the field quite a bit, but touchdowns did not. There was not a result of touchdowns in all of those yards. So Ralston Valley, as good as advertised, 35 points coming in here, number 8 team, and they do nothing to show any different. We saw Arvada West last night, and we saw Ralston Valley tonight. So good luck to them the rest of the way. And Poudre is now 1-2, Ralston Valley 3-0. So anyway, this is final game for the weekend. We'll have volleyball next week. Big volleyball match next Wednesday. Live, Fort Collins and Fossil Ridge, number 3 against number 4. So make sure that you tune in for that, whether you're a volleyball fan or not. Anytime Fossil Ridge, Fort Collins get together, it is a great match. So anyway, for Maxwell, Fink, this is Randy McCoy signing out. Our final score again, 35-10, Ralston Valley over the Poudre Impalas. You've been watching Stream It Sports and ASBN.TV.
It's Northern Colorado High School football, live on Stream It Sports NoCo. This broadcast has been brought to you by Jim's Wings, Northern Colorado's favorite wings since 1991. By Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins, everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank, banking for good.